T.I. is no stranger to legal drama, and his experience with the law is almost as renowned as his music. Kick back as we take you on a tour of the ups and downs of T.I.'s rap sheet. Let's start when he was just 14, living in Atlanta, where he began selling drugs, mostly crack cocaine. The law caught up with him, and he was popped several times by Fulton County, Georgia officers. He was collared for dealing drugs, gun possession, and driving without a license. And his tough life as a young offender served as inspirational spurs for his future rap career. By 04, T.I. had turned things around. He was riding high on his new success until he was put on probation for violating a ban on possessing firearms. He'd violated his parole from a 1998 conviction, and boom, he had 2 more years of probation. Despite T.I.'s trips to court, it was still a shock when he was arrested in a sting right before the BET Hip Hop Awards in Air 07. His bodyguard turned informant and set him up in a sting for attempting to purchase several machine guns and silencers. T.I. pleaded guilty to the charges and received a sentence of 1 year and a day behind bars. He was also given 1,500 hours of community service. His peculiarity was that he never touched the guns. He was rather convicted based on the attempt to purchase them. While 1 year sounds rough, life wasn't entirely grim behind bars. T.I. was allowed out of the cell for 23 days May 09 to film his reality show, and even got to serve the rest of his time in a halfway house. But just as we thought he'd learned his lesson, things went south again. Unfortunately, in September 2010, he and his wife Tiny got caught with ecstasy in West Hollywood and were arrested. He was bouncing between jail and a halfway house when May 2011, his tour bus intercepted by federal officials while he was en route to a halfway house from prison. This resulted in his return to prison for 11 months. To add to all that, in late 2020, T.I. and his wife Tiny found themselves in hot water, facing allegations of sexual abuse by more than 30 women, and were subjected to different investigations by states in the U.S. The couple strongly denied all allegations and deemed them as a defamation attempt by disgruntled ex-employees and friends. T.I.'s legal issues have been a bumpy ride, and only time can tell if this ride is over. His run-ins with the law have fueled his music, proving that you can make lemonade out of even the sourest of lemons. Still, it's safe to say that T.I.'s rap sheet glare as insight into the tricky dance between fame, wealth, and ambition. While no one's cheering for T.I. to land back in the slammer, there's a measure of truth to the idea that the drama and turmoil have contributed to his success as an artist.